What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some Destiny 2 news and updates, as well as some Bungie updates of course. As in the last day or so we've heard news about more Bungie layoffs, which of course doesn't sound good by any means, and also is bad news for all the folks affected by it. We'll talk a little bit more about it today, some of the short-term impact that will have on Destiny communications. There won't actually be a Twid this week. And of course that's coming alongside the fact that we are getting a mid-season event and update next week. On top of that, other Bungie devs speak a little bit about their contributions to the game. There's also a bit of a teaser for a potentially upcoming raid. And otherwise, Destiny accounts try and calm concerns about the future of the game, but also we have some content to discuss related to this week, including a new exotic drop and some hidden bosses that we can actually hunt down in the game. So a bit of a mixed bag today. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, but without further delay, let's get into it. And of course, yesterday we got that blog post from Pete Parsons at Bungie talking about the new path for the studio, which essentially consists of Bungie downsizing and laying off a bunch of staff. And that will partially mean that some unannounced Bungie projects will actually move over to Sony along with the developers who've been working on them at Bungie. So that's one component. Otherwise, Bungie say they'll be doubling down on Marathon and Destiny as the two core franchises that they're working on. And that's where the 850 or so remaining devs at Bungie will be focusing their time. This is also set against the context that Destiny 2 was ranked as the 5th highest revenue generating title for June 2024, of course when Final Shape dropped, and it actually surpassed Valorant, Diablo, GTA 4 and Roblox according to a report. Although it's worth saying the kind of restructuring that's going on at Bungie was probably already in the works by the time that the Final Shape launched, and in a way they've probably waited until this point in time, far enough out from the launch to actually make these announcements and begin making these changes. But the Destiny 2 team interestingly spoke about this on Twitter, and they said today is a difficult day for the team, and out of respect for our friends and colleagues, and to give our team time to take care of each other, we are cancelling this week's Twid. They go on to say our focus is showing support and respect to everyone who's worked on Destiny during this difficult time. We want to express our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to everyone who's been part of Destiny. And while our team is taking time to help support each other, we want you, our community, to know that we expect no disruption to all of our previously communicated content plans, and that our content roadmap remains unchanged. This also includes our future plans for next year and beyond. And while we look forward to sharing more of our future plans at a later time, this week is about supporting each other, and we'll talk again soon. So a few takeaways here. No Twid this week, and Bungie had previously said that this week they plan to discuss Solstice of Heroes because that's starting next week on the 6th of August. But additionally, we've got the mid-episode update, and Bungie said there were additional changes they wanted to discuss ahead of it actually launching. So for the moment, there's no reason to anticipate that the update and Solstice won't happen next week, but it's simply the case that we're not going to get the extra details about it this week. And so it's possible that next Monday or Tuesday, Bungie may communicate some of the changes ahead of time, as they have a tendency to want to do that, especially if we've got exotic armor buffs, nerfs, and all of that kind of stuff. But beyond that, they've indicated that the longer term content roadmap, which Bungie have discussed, will not be impacted. And of course, that means the episode content that we're getting this year, Act 3 of Episode 1, will begin in just a few weeks. And then Bungie have revealed information about Episode 2 and the Fallen and Scorn influence on that. Then finally Episode 3, where we return to the Dreadnought with another Hive-focused release. And so of course that is this year, we're also going to see at least 2 dungeons and possibly other endgame content, which we'll discuss in a moment. And then next year, Bungie have revealed that we'll get a content drop or a period which is codenamed Frontiers. And based on Bungie's wording today, none of those projects are anticipated to be impacted by these layoffs. And as we said yesterday, Bungie more than ever will be quite reliant on Destiny continuing to perform in the next couple of years. Otherwise, that's gonna, be another major issue for the studio. So for Destiny 2 players specifically, all hope isn't necessarily lost, but of course, it's still not good news. And further on the subject of the events this week, Bungie devs have been sharing their experiences at the studio and their feelings, some of them actually laid off, of course, around the restructuring that's been announced this week. And somebody asked Diane Madeline Voya, one of the Bungie devs on Twitter, in your opinion, if a player is only interested in Destiny for future raiding experiences, should they find a new game? And the dev actually replied, the next raid was looking really good. I wouldn't give up on raids and dungeons if that's what you're playing for. I'll probably be playing the next dungeon on launch. March. And so we knew that we were going to get 2 more dungeons this year. Presumably, those will be in episode 2 and 3. But there is that indication that Bungie have been working on another raid release. There have been leaks and speculation about the return of Scourge of the Past. Obviously, there's a lot of anticipation for a potential return of Wrath of the Machine in future. And this comment most likely indicates that one of those 2 things has been happening and will potentially still be released. So that's a bit of a takeaway for raiders still interested in the game. Otherwise though, for more communications from Bungie, obviously we're going to be looking at next week now by the sounds of it. Operationally though, things in the live game at the moment, moving away from that discussion briefly, and Bungie Help said D1 and D2 will have background maintenance on August 1st, so that's anticipated to start at 7 AM. No downtime is expected, but clan features and progress will be unavailable during the maintenance. So keep that in mind, and presumably that maintenance is for the update that's dropping next week. And something I missed related to this week's content release though for Act 2, and players have been sharing that they just got a new exotic ghost shell, the Ronin shell, by playing Battlegrounds activities. So it looks like this is probably a pretty rare drop. I've seen folks say they've got it on both normal and expert Battlegrounds. Braytech currently says less than 1% of players actually have the exotic ghost, so it strikes me that not a lot of people really necessarily know about it, but this is the exotic ghost shell, the Ronin shell, obviously with this sort of seasonal theme similar to one of the armor sets. And so that can be obtained as a rare drop inside of Battlegrounds. But of course also this week, after completing the Nest 06 quest, 3 sets of secret enemies actually appear inside of the Battlegrounds. So these enemies are present in all 3 of the Battlegrounds and will show up in specific locations. Esoteric actually has a video on this. And so if you can run all 3 of the Battlegrounds, find all of their locations and defeat them, the 3rd Battleground completion will actually drop an item called the Assimilated Beacon. And then if you take that item to Watcher's Grave on Nessus, there'll actually be a spire where you can use the beacon to spawn the bosses in. And these bosses will drop radiolite samples, echo engrams, and are actually related to some triumphs for the episode. So it's a sort of mini secret, I guess, with hidden bosses and additional chances at getting some of the rare samples if you're a completionist for the Echo's content. So it isn't something I've had a lot of time to investigate just yet, but I'll link Esoteric's video down below if you want to look into that to help unlock rewards and triumphs for the episode. For today though guys, that's what we have to speak about. As always, I'll still be keeping you posted on all of the Destiny content. The remainder of this year of Destiny content is certainly still there in place and planning to come out, so we won't be going anywhere for a while yet. And I would imagine as well, in the next couple of weeks, we'll probably get some further communications from Bungie about future content, plans, and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to have to hold out for a little while now to see how things are shaping up in the next few weeks. But again, share any thoughts you have in the comment section. And if you've enjoyed the video today, a rating below really does help us out. But otherwise, cheers for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.